What is up, everybody? It is Friday again. Welcome to another review. Sorry I didn't upload last week. I'm currently in the middle of a large project of doing multiple models at once, and I'm also replacing the case to my PC. But without further ado, you don't want to know about my personal bullcrap. You want to know what this video is about. And today we're talking paint, specifically the splash paints. I came across these while I was skulking around on the interwebs. I was watching It's a Gunpla, excellent channel if you haven't seen that, and he did a review on these, and I got curious, and I was wanting to kind of up my game per se, and so I bought the full mecha lineup along with three of their surfacers: the white, dark gray, and light gray. I don't particularly go with a black surfacer. Like if I'm going to paint something black, it's just going to be dark gray and then go over with black anyway. And I also bought their 2K Ultra Clear, which I haven't had a chance to use yet. I'm really wanting to. But from what I've read with the 2K Ultra Gloss, you got to mix that as like 3 parts gloss to 1 part activator, and then you got to let that cure for 48 hours. But from what I've seen on other videos and other people using this stuff, it looks fantastic, and I can't wait to try it myself. But outside of that, what are my thoughts and feelings about using these paints? What makes them so special? What makes me want to use them? Well, I particularly paint with an airbrush, if you haven't already guessed it. I'm not the most skilled with a hand brush. Airbrushing tends to be where I work things a little bit better. But these are lacquer paints, and lacquers are a little bit stronger paints compared to acrylics. When I first started using my airbrush and started customizing kits and whatnot, I was using I started off with Vallejo Model Air, Vallejo Model Colors, and then I moved on to Tamiya, and they're both great paints to start out with. Tamiya doesn't come pre-thinned, but using the thinner you can thin it out, and it works really great in an airbrush as well. But with these paints, they are pre-thinned for airbrushes, and when I say pre-thinned, these paints are super thin. They're nearly like water with how thin they are, which is where with most lacquer paints that I've used, because I've used splash paints and I've used Tamiya lacquers and I've used Alcalad lacquers. Alcalad and splash paints are both pre-thin for airbrush, and they're both super thin paints. Again, both damn near like water. So you can't be heavy-handed when you're spraying them onto your model kits. When I say heavy-handed, I mean like open air all the way, pulling all the way back. This stuff will pool very easily, and you'll notice it very quickly on your kit, and cleaning it up is kind of a pain. I've run these paints through my airbrush for a few kits now. I've done a perfect grade, I've done a couple of master grades with it. Like my most recent review of the Red Frame Stray, I did that exclusively with splash paints, and I did the same thing with the master grade Destiny Gundam. That one was all that was my first time using splash paints. Oh shit, what else? I found out that when running the splash paints through your airbrush, you can use the Tamiya airbrush cleaner, which cleans that stuff right out super quick. Again, acetone will take lacquers right off. Hell, gotta be careful with it because it'll melt your plastic too. But yeah, I've also tried the splash paints Metalizer, which like the steel, aluminum, and burnt iron look fantastic. I also got their gold. I wasn't really impressed with their gold Metalizer. Like the gold titanium from Allclad was actually a lot better. And you know, I'm a stickler when it comes to gold. I always try and like to find the most perfect way to get it down, because gold is my nemesis, but it's my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. My favorite color is actually red. But no, other than that, each of the paint vials, or the little bottles that they come in, they actually come with a little ball bearing in them, so that you can shake them up, because if you leave these paints sit for an amount of time, they will start to separate. And so you got to make sure you shake them nice and vigorously to get it all mixed up really well before you start laying it down onto your model kits. Now, as you can see in the last few minutes of video that I have in this review, I'm using the splash paints on another model kit. It's not Gunpla related, but you know, I love building model kits. And you can see just how easy it is to apply. Like, I'm barely pulling back on the airbrush, and that paint is just flowing. And with just a couple of quick coats, it gets that nice and covered and looks really great. And I can't wait to use these on even more kits. Can't wait to use that 2K Ultra Gloss Clear, which I will do a review over that when I get a chance to actually use it. But yeah, stay tuned. I missed last week, but you know, big project. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, I will see you guys next Friday. I hope everyone has a good weekend. It started turning winter. Stay warm out there. Grab you some nice hot Starbucks or whatnot. Whatever you like to do to get warm. I don't care. I'm going to go to Starbucks. But yeah, no. Have a good weekend, guys. Later.